Of course, you won't be surprised. There's a lot of interest in cryptocurrency today.
Really?
Yes.
And is this from ChatGPT?
No, everything is from humans now. These are. How does the federal court ruling last week in the Ripple case impact your stance toward digital asset regulation? Does it inject urgency into the need for federal legislation to clarify regulatory oversight of this industry?
Look, our mission remains exactly what I spoke about earlier, about investor protection, promoting capital formation, and the markets in the middle. This is a recent decision, just a handful of days ago. We were pleased from that decision, recognizing the importance of protecting investors on the institutional investors in that, and that the court movement with regard to fair notice, and while disappointed on what they said about retail investors, we're still looking at it and assessing that opinion.
What is the next frontier for the SEC's crypto enforcement push?
It's really, by the way, I'm going to step back a little bit. When I was so honored to go up to MIT in 2018 and get involved at the intersection of finance and technology. And I was honored to do that with this remarkable scientists and technologists and students and staff at MIT. And in 2018 and in 2023, I found it fascinating, this focus on digital currencies and crypto by the press, with all respect, and even the retail investing public, in contrast to artificial intelligence. I, for one, have already stated here clearly, I think artificial intelligence is the transformative technology of our times. As it relates to cryptocurrencies, our role at the SEC is, again, protecting the markets, the investing public, the capital formation, and ensuring for compliance with the laws that are the books Congress passed them. That's what we're doing. So what's next? We're going to continue to try to bring firms that may not be into compliance without prejudging any one of them, and trying to ensure that we protect the investing public. The basic bargain that was laid out for you, the listening public, was that you get to decide what investments you make, but folks that are raising money from you, that you get full, fair, and truthful disclosure from them. And without that disclosure, how can you be insured as to what risks you're taking? And that the platforms, the intermediaries that are transacting in securities have basic protections against conflicts, against fraud, against manipulation. And you have a field, crypto field, that's been rife with fraud and abuse. I think we've seen this story before, and it's called the 1920s, and it was prior to the securities laws coming into being.
And one other crypto question. You, along with other regulators, have heard this term, regulation by enforcement. The audience member asks, why take a regulation by enforcement approach towards crypto rather than regulation by rulemaking similar to the EU with their MiCA framework?
In all of our work, we take a number of approaches. We have a number of tools that Congress has given us. And the rules are all in the books already. If you're a security and you're having the public, you're offering and selling securities, the public, under the law, is to get proper disclosure. If you're transacting in said securities, whether they're crypto securities, equity securities, bonds, securities-based swaps, it's 30 plus things on the list in the statute. And if any type of security, investment contracts are what some of these crypto securities are, then you're supposed to have certain protections. That's what we're doing. But to your question, we have engaged. We've done some rulemaking around special purpose broker-dealers or broker-dealers in this space. We've done notice and comment rulemaking about rules about exchanges, about safeguarding or custodying, as well as something called best execution. And we've spoken through also various enforcements, and it is something we do. The way we protect the market against insider trading from the 1960s to now has been speaking to the market on a somewhat regular basis through enforcement actions. We bring over 700 enforcement actions a year because Congress has put us here to protect you, the investing public, and be a cop on the beat.
Something related to cryptocurrency, the Bitcoin ETF. What more do you need to see to be confident that a spot Bitcoin ETF is actually ready for prime time? And is the potential for market manipulation still the largest holdup to spot ETF approval?
Well, Mark, I recognize the question. It's a good question, but understanding that as chair of a regulatory agency and having various applications in front of us and not prejudging them, and also recognizing that there is ongoing litigation about these very matters, I think I'm going to have to defer on that one. But good try.
Fair enough.
You could ask ChatGPT.
I will do that. Maybe this evening. I will, after the club board meeting, I'll type that prompt in and see what happens. Of course, environmental regulations or rulemaking having to do with the environment is big for your agency and others across the government. Several congressional Democrats have expressed concern about the SEC's plans to require big companies to disclose their Scope 3 emissions, saying the potential requirement could hurt small farmers. More recently, Representative David Scott of Georgia, the top Democrat on House Ag, brought up this concern during one of the House's ESG hearings last week.
There you have it, folks. This is Gary Gensler telling you that he will continue to go after companies that he feels like are illegitimate, are scammers, and are not abiding by the rules as far as in the crypto space. So I just wanted you guys to see this video and to get a quick perspective on what he's thinking. He said that he was not happy with the decision about the Ripple case, but that's him. The decision is made. I don't know if he's going to appeal the decision though, but we just have to wait and see what he does and what he decides to the best way to move forward. So thanks again. This is Crypto Deli here with another video. See you in the next one. Peace.